Georgia's House District 108 and candidate for Congressional District 13. Along with being a state rep, I'm also a college professor. And I think the current occupant of the White House needs to be taken to school. Because in history, he gets an F, since he can't seem to grasp that we fought a whole war in this country against a monarchy in exchange for a government by the people and not a king. He seems to be struggling with the concept that throughout history, the authoritarians and fascists are the bad guys, and he's standing on the wrong side of history when he is idolizing dictators. He seems to be struggling with the concept that in this country we have a thing called due process, and one man cannot unilaterally declare someone a criminal and have them kidnapped by plainclothesmen in masks and whisked away to prison in foreign lands. And in this country, we have freedom of speech, and people have the right to call him out for his atrocities loudly, vocally, and unapologetically. To call him out when he's ripping families and communities apart. To call him out when he's overstepping governors to call out the National Guard on peaceful protesters while telling those same governors that they need to fend for themselves if there's a natural disaster. To call him out when he and his buddy Musk are cutting jobs at the CDC, undermining public health, and cutting funds to life-saving research. To call him out on how he's so out of touch that he doesn't even know that the word groceries isn't just some old-fashioned term that he never uses, but what everyday Americans must buy that costs too damn much because of his horrible economic policy.
At the times of civil unrest.
To call out his big bloated billionaire bill that robs Americans of health care, food on the table, and their jobs, while giving his buddies a bunch of tax breaks and adds to the deficit. To call him out when he's saddling American small business owners with tariffs, because let's be clear, a tariff is nothing but a tax on us. See, apparently, Trump is just as bad at math as he is at history. So since I teach microbiology, I'm going to go ahead and give Trump a little science lesson too. In biology, we would consider Trump a parasite. Parasites cling to their host and literally suck the life out of it. Trump is a parasite to our Constitution, a parasite to our economy, and a parasite to our health and our safety. But we, the people, are the immune response. We are the remedy. We, the people, will protect our country collectively and restore decency, dignity, and humanity. We will not bow down to any king. We will stand up and let him know this country does not belong to him. It belongs to us. No king in America.
So you guys just want to see people just give them a vote. You think it's just, hey, you want to say it, say it. Say it. Is that right?
Say it. Say it. Say it.
You love everyone. I mean, when you go along on the playground, I'm sure that you guys
Keep it going, y'all. I love it. I love it. Next to the stage, Jamel Hill of Poor People's Campaign. Give it up.
It is an absolute pleasure to be with you all today. And the poor people, we're not here for a good reason, but we are here in the fight, and that is what matters. In the Poor People's Campaign, we say forward together, not
That was
one
really
step
great. Thank
back.
you guys so much
Forward
for talking.
together.
I really appreciate it. I mean, wise words from the I mean, it's just simple. If you take it down to the level, you heard her. Everybody should just be treated
I
equal.
want to tell
Even
you
besides
all,
your
do
differences,
not
just
be
treat each other with
duped
respect and love, and that's what they're
by
saying.
the
That's what many of the
witch's
people
hour
are saying.
white
How old are
flag
you guys?
that was waved last
10?
night.
A 10-year-old
Immigrants,
and an 8-year-old.
do not
They
be
have it
duped
figured out here.
by the
Just
white
treat
flag
people with
that was
respect,
waved at the
despite their
witch's
differences.
hour.
That's
Now
how
is
simple
not
it
the
is.
time
Kids can understand
to
it.
sit down.
So can
Now is
adults.
not the time
You hear what I'm
to
saying?
become
You just had a baby,
complacent.
I'm sure.
Now
You know,
is the time
this is
to get in the
two
streets
girls
and
we should
stay
look
in the
up to.
streets.
You know?
No kings, no chains, and we won't be silent anymore. My name is Jamel Hill, and I'm one of the tri-chairs for the Georgia Poor People's Campaign. The Poor People's Campaign was started by Reverend Martin Luther King, the only king that we acknowledge here in Georgia. In his famous
Honestly,
speech
it's
in
everybody.
Memphis, he says, I have gone to the
It's
mountaintop and I
everybody.
have seen
Young,
the promised land.
older,
But in that
black,
same
white,
speech where he was
Asian,
assassinated the next day, he said, I feel I've done my
everybody's
people a
here. That's the thing. It's such a
disinjustice.
big
We were
melting
fighting for
pot of
civil
people
rights.
coming
We
together,
should have been
gathering
fighting for
peacefully,
economic rights.
voicing their
It's not
opinions,
white
and
versus
no
black. It's
violence,
the
nothing is
haves
happening.
versus
And
the
that's how it should be.
have-nots.
It's just gathering. We have
My brothers and sisters, we did not come here today to point fingers, shame, or scold those who didn't, don't, or never show up. Those who didn't hear our cry and those who didn't answer the call and vote in November of 2024. We're not here to shame those who showed up and voted against their own interests. We won't, because divided, we fall. That's what they want. They want us divided, debating each other, debating equality, debating diversity, equity, and inclusion. Debating about environmental health while they divide our schools, cut our health care, and deport our neighbors. While we argue online, they're cutting Medicaid by $880 billion, threatening coverage for 36 million people. They're slashing SNAP benefits by $230 billion. While 40 million people, nearly half of them children, that go to bed hungry. They want to eliminate housing that helps 5 million families and are firing black and brown federal workers in the name of efficiency. And why? To give 4.5, I said billion before, you ready for it? 4.5 trillion.
Together. I mean, if we look into this crowd.
Y'all, I watched the guy. $1 trillion. Somebody tell, you know who I'm talking about. But 4.5 trillion in tax health cuts to the ultra wealthy. So the top 0.1% can pocket over $314,000 a year, while the rest of us are told to tighten our belts. At this moment in time, the stakes are high, and morality is at an all-time low. In America, we must do better, but we must also demand better from our leaders. Let me tell you what we are not going to do. We are not going to turn on one another. We stand together and against the divide and conquer strategies of our political system. We stand not as black versus white, not as black versus brown, or white versus brown, but together as Americans. We are great. We are great, not just because of our military might. Any veterans out there, I love you. Thank you for your service. But we are also great because of the people of our nation. But my God, politicians, give us a nation that we can be proud in. I implore you, go and talk to the 53% of white women who voted against their own interests. I implore you, go and talk to the 54% of Latino men who voted for policies that harm their own communities. There's work to be done. We have to wake the sleeping giant, but those who are voting against us who are here. And it's up to us to change the narrative and let them know. We don't need blame anymore. We need boldness, and we need bodies on the line. Because another election is coming. As a matter of fact, right here this year, there's an election. Your light bill is on the line. not going to fix itself. So here's your call to action. Call Senate, call Congress. Tell them no to the cuts, no to privatizing Medicare, no to deporting 11 million people. Tell them we will not sacrifice our families to feed billionaires. And then vote. Vote. Midterm turnout is vote. Our lives, our children's lives, our grandchildren's lives are currently on the line. That is what we are fighting for, and we cannot afford to sit this one out. We need all hands on deck. I am making the call. I am imploring and pleading with you. Answer the call. Hello, pick up. A sign, a phone, a pamphlet, young, old, black, white, immigrant, 2 seconds. Disabled, queer, poor, working, everybody. Protect the full fabric of our full democracy. No kings in America. No chains, no silence. We rise, we organize, we vote. Forward together! Not one step back. Forward together! Forward together!
There's several different people speaking. I mean, from the ACLU, there's various. I heard someone.
Next up, we have Abby Ty Flyers, but fighting. Let's go, Abby!
I can't really pinpoint as
Yo, give it up for Abby! Bring it to the stage!
I'm sure you can imagine it's hard to hear amongst the cheers. But honestly, there's several different speakers. We're not just handing the mic.
Good morning, Atlanta. My
My
name is Abby, and I am the founder of Fired But Fighting. I was fired from the CDC by Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
Beginning, like I'm here around 8 a.m., like I said.
Well, I'm here
There
on
was
behalf of a
various
group
tents for
dedicated
first
to
aid. They have
advocating for public
volunteers
health
here that
and
are
civil
helping
servants.
in and out of the
I'm not going to
Plaza
speak to
area,
you about the
which is
decline of
super
public
cool.
health and the loss of science, because while those things are happening and we need to resist them, we have more at stake right now. Our democracy is at stake. When me and my colleagues began our career, When me and my colleagues began our career in civil service, we took an oath not to the president, but to the Constitution, to protect it and the American people against all threats, foreign and domestic. Civil servants are the first line of defense against people like Donald Trump, which is why he has attempted to unilaterally fire us and silence us. But to be honest, y'all, I'm scared. I'm scared to be here speaking to you. I'm scared for myself and my colleagues who are speaking out. I'm scared for all of you here and all of the other people across this country who are standing up to this increasingly aggressive regime. But we know fear is the point. Donald Trump and his worker bees want us to be scared. They want us to submit. They want us to hand them total power. And they're doing it behind a veil of so-called patriotism. It is not patriotic to ignore the Constitution and due process. It is not patriotic to sow chaos and doubt in science. It is not patriotic to use taxpayer money, our money, for a military birthday parade. But I will tell you what is patriotic, what is all-American. You all standing here, and the millions of others across this country standing up for what is right, protesting to protect people and making it known to Trump and the world that we will not stand for his cruelty and his chaos. We must continue to resist, even while this administration and even our state leadership make it harder. We must build community and support our neighbors. Our collective strength is what gives us power against rising authoritarianism. This is our country. This is our flag. We get to decide what this flag represents as we move toward a more progressive and equal country. We are the real patriots. We are the ones fighting for our democracy and the people. We will not be silent.
We love our CDC workers. Next up, phenomenal organization. We have Noelle Heatherland from Georgia Equality. Give it up.
I'm the statewide organizing manager for Georgia Equality, the state's oldest and largest LGBTQ plus advocacy organization. And we are out here because 47 and his supporters are plotting to reign supreme over all of our lives. 47 and those who align with him are trying to make everyone bend their knee to a white supremacist Christian nationalist agenda, but are we going to? One thing about trans and queer people, though, is we have a history of fighting against repression and for freedom, for fairness. We know how to act up. We look to the revolutionary leaders in our past whose spirits are still here to support us. Harvey Milk, a gay man and military veteran. Marsha P. Johnson, a black trans woman. And Sylvia Rivera, a trans woman of Puerto Rican and Venezuelan descent. Both forces to be reckoned with during the Stonewall riots. Tortuguita, who at 26 years old was taken from us too soon, defending forests in Atlanta from a fascist takeover. Will you join me in invoking their names? Repeat after me. Marsha P. Johnson. Marsha P. Johnson. Sylvia Rivera. Sylvia Rivera. Harvey Milk. Harvey Milk. Tortuguita. Tortuguita. Georgia Equality stands with the ACLU and other partner organizations to say that each and every human deserves to make decisions about their health care based on professional medical expertise and what's best for their own bodies and their future. Georgia Equality, along with the Georgia Unites Against Discrimination Coalition, are currently monitoring a Supreme Court case, U.S. versus Scrimetti. The decision will set a precedent on whether gender-affirming care, specifically hormone therapy and puberty blockers, can be banned for certain people under 19 years of age. Many medical providers recommend and parents then approve the use of puberty blockers. Puberty blockers are used as a treatment for youth who aren't transgender to treat a range of health conditions. But conservative politicians want to discriminate based on a young person's status of being trans. For any transgender young people and their families listening, we believe you. Your doctors and your families know yourselves better than anyone else ever could, and that you should have access to the health care that allows you to live long and healthy lives. While some of you may not know a trans person personally, you probably have a gay person in your inner circle. Let me be very, very clear. All the hate and fear-based attacks being launched against trans people have been hurled against gay people at one point in time. We either continue to advance liberty and freedom or backtrack. In closing, let me say clearly, transgender people belong here. They are your neighbors and they are my family. Let trans lives matter. Trans immigrant lives matter. To the LGBTQ plus community, with special emphasis on our trans brothers, sisters, and siblings, you matter and you are loved. Please follow Georgia Equality so you can join the fight with us. Thank you.
Come on, let's keep that energy going. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's cheer for the 5,000 that's out here. As the son of immigrants, I just want to lead us in a chant really quickly for the 275,000 federal workers who've lost their job, for our immigrants, for the millions who are living at or below poverty. When I say 5,000, I want every single one of y'all to say ready to go. You ready? All right, let's do it. Fired up. Fired up. Fired up. Fired up. We're ready to vote on June 17th and in November. Let me hear you say it. Fired up. Fired up. For every immigrant, for every fighter, for every single mother, for every single person that calls Georgia home, that's fighting for every state, for the 2,000 rallies going on right now, I share the sentiment of what was said this morning. The only king we recognize in Atlanta, the only king we recognize in the United States is not the person that occupies the Oval Office, is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And he said the true measure of a man is not where he stands in times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. Fired up! Fired up! Fired up! God bless you.
Next to the stage, we have your congressman, Congressman Hank Johnson of the 4th District. Come on up, Congressman Johnson. No kings. No kings. No kings. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a hand. You look great out there. Trying to stall for some time. I got my speech that I just left off of so I'm gonna have to wing it. You know what? Today is a day where we're marking a number of different commemorations. I mean, today is June 14th, is our dear leader's birthday. And it's also Flag Day. And it's the 250-year anniversary of the Army. And ladies and gentlemen, it's also been 250 years since we had a king in this country. No kings? No kings? No kings? Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have our United States military, the Marines, deployed on the streets of a democratic state in a democratic city. And yesterday, it was documented that the Marines detained somebody and turned them over to domestic authorities for prosecution. This is unprecedented. The attack on our democracy and on our freedom by a wannabe dictator, a wannabe king. We can't allow that to happen. We won't allow that to happen. Our country is facing some very difficult times, and our very democracy is on the chopping block. But we have been here before, ladies and gentlemen. We've been here before, not quite in the same set of circumstances, but we've been here before. 60 years ago, 1965, people were out on the street across the nation protesting the military buildup in the Vietnam War, our troops being deployed. And at the same time, black troops being deployed to a foreign land to fight, in the words of Bruce Springsteen, the Yellow Man. They were fighting, their civilian brothers and sisters were fighting at home for voting rights in America, for black people. fighting in George Wallace's Alabama and throughout the South. The Selma to Montgomery March, a peaceful march, met by undisciplined, hostile law enforcement, beaten and attacked with dogs. Our dearly departed brother and colleague, John Lewis, among them. It was a difficult time back then for America. We did not know what would happen. And indeed, things got worse. Black people, white people, Jews, coming together for the common good of the nation, supporting voting rights for black people, died, were beaten. It was a nationwide effort, as it is today, to bring democracy to all of the people. We've been here before. How did we respond? We continued marching. We continued rallying like we're doing today. And it was all peaceful. Or it wasn't. We marched peacefully. There were, of course, some agent provocateurs in there stirring stuff up, but we were peaceful. And we sung, "We shall overcome." Who would have thought that facing the danger of 60 years ago, that peaceful protesters singing together, "We shall overcome," and this land is your land, this land is my land. Who would have thought that we would have gotten to this point where we had elected a black president in America? So, I'm here to tell you today, ladies and gentlemen, that the threat is real. We must address it. We're doing so today. We're doing so today in Atlanta. We're doing so across the country. We're doing so in Washington, D.C. And by the way, how many of y'all are pulling for rain this evening? People across the country of goodwill are doing what we need to do in order to save our democracy. And so we say, to paraphrase George Wallace, no kings today, no kings tomorrow, and no kings forever. No kings, no kings, no kings. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Congressman. Next up, we have another elected official, Georgia State Senate, Jasmine Clark. Come on, Josh. Good morning, everybody. How are we feeling? We're feeling good because we know this is America. We don't got no kings. My name is Josh McClellan. I represent the state, North Fulton County, the state Senate. But today we're talking about one guy a little bit. One guy that would like to be a king. Now, why does this dude want to be a king? Because his crowds are small. And his hands are small. And he's got a spray tan. And he dyes his hair. And all of that could be normal, but he is trying to compensate folks. And the problem is, the weaker the personality, the stronger the authoritarian impulses. Am I right? America is beautiful because it's diverse, and you've heard that a lot, but look around. Look at the creativity of these signs. Look at us holding our space, packing out 5,000 people so they can't let any more people in by the state capitol. Democracy is strong because you're showing up, because you're doing this.
Rajan, Quinny friend.
And in a world where you're doing this, nobody can be a king. So I'm out here to say, look, you've got elected officials coming to support you, but you are the ones with the power. And that's why you're here, and that's why we're here. So we got to end the illegal abductions without due process. We got to end the dismantling of our federal government by unelected oligarchs and billionaires. We've got to restore economic opportunity and justice, transform the economy, reproductive rights, common sense gun legislation. There's a million things that we should be doing instead of talking about one guy and his dumb military parade. And we're here to do it for you. It's going to be a long process. We can't just wait for elections. We have to show up now. And every day that we show up, and Trump sees those opinion polls, he knows he can't get away with everything. We are doing what we have to do. I am so proud to be in this fight with you, and I cannot wait to keep sticking it to this guy for the next year and a half, for the next 4 years, and to dismantle his fascist coalition once and for all. Thank you very much. No kings! No kings! No kings! You know who believes in no kings? Black voters matter. Give it up for Brittany Jones coming to the stage.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people what? The power of the people what? The power of the people what? The power of the people don't stop. Look at all of this power. Look at all this strength. Look at what all this equality looks like, y'all. In the birthplace of the civil rights movement. I am honored to be here. I had to chant off the mic because I am community first. And we are all up here. It doesn't matter if you're behind the mic, behind a poster, out there in the streets. We are all equal. My name is Brittany Burns. I'm the Metro Atlanta Regional Organizer for Black Voters Matter Fund. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, let them hear you. Georgia shows up. 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 That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna
make
be
no
fine with it.
mistake,
I just don't wanna
y'all.
keep him away from
It's
his friends.
Juneteenth. It's Public Service Commission special election. All of these things are happening for a reason. We must continue to fight for liberation and equality. We did it before. We can do it again. Juneteenth was something that Black people never thought or imagined we could see. Right now, close your eyes and think of the equality and the freedom and the equal rights you want to see in this lifetime. They never thought that they could get their freedom. They never thought that their voices could be heard. They never thought they were somebody. But we are here today saying, I am somebody. You will hear me. You will feel me.
today, you're probably wondering, what do I do when I leave here? What's next? I'll tell you what's next. We must continue to vote. That is our right, that is our freedom, and we want them to feel us in the polls. Right now is the Public Service Commission. Who's sick and tired of the Georgia Public Service Commission? You know, I was at a block party the other day and I said, name one word. What comes to mind when you think of Georgia Public Service Commission? And everybody yelled, corrupt. I felt like the woman on SNL, okay? But we must speak out. Who's tired of data centers sucking up our energy? Who's sick and tired of companies saying that they have more power than the people? Georgia Power doesn't have the power. We do. No more deciding between insulin and utilities, daycare and utilities, medical and utilities, housing and utilities, groceries and utilities. This is our right. Do you know that this board doesn't even have to pay a Georgia Power bill? That's right. So give the power back to the people. When you leave here today, I want you to be empowered. I want you to know that you're next. And I want you to know you need to speak at the election. The Public Service Commission election day is June 17th, this Tuesday. As they fill us today, let them fill us at that election day. Let them fill us in November. Let them fill us and hear us in Georgia in 2026. When I say what do we want, I want to hear liberation. I want our ancestors to feel it. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Say, in this lifetime.
When do we want it?
In this
Now, I want to
lifetime.
bring in something
In this lifetime. In this
has lived in
lifetime.
Atlanta since 2000.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Let's go, Georgia.
Militarizing this country and to continue to cause red lights. If we don't stop, speak out now. When do we speak out?
How y'all feeling? Yeah! Y'all yelling, but I know y'all are hot. That's right. Georgia still. I want to remind everybody, you see these tanks? They have water. Stay hydrated, okay? You're in protest, but protest safely. Be mindful of your own condition. Look at your neighbors next to you. Ask them, are you okay? No, ask them. You okay? We have a medic tent back there. We have a medic tent to your left.
He's taking away trans rights. He's taking away women's rights. We are definitely next on the shopping.
Now that you're talking to your neighbor, tell your neighbor no kings. 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 Next up, I have State Representative Derek Jackson coming to the stage. Give it up for State Representative Derek Jackson.
I mean, it's kind of funny because Liberty Plaza is almost like a circle, and it's kind of like you just hear these chants just kind of echo off the walls, and it's just so many different causes that people are seeing.
No king! No king! We the people! Come on, we the people have the power. We the people have the power. We the people have the power. Listen, they only give us a few seconds. I'm Derek Jackson. I'm a retired Lieutenant Commander of the United States Navy.
I would say there's probably over maybe 2,000
Give it up to all our military members and their families.
Because I don't see even the people handing out tickets
Today's
anymore for
birthday
these
that we
wristbands, and
recognize
that
is
was a
the
cap of
Army.
5,000. So there, I think
250 years.
5,000 here in Liberty Plaza. But then if you look outside of Liberty Plaza, like on the Capitol steps, there's people on the
we
other side of me
appreciate
behind this
this
camera.
power
There's also
of the
people
people.
sitting there just in
Because under the
support of
gold
the
down,
no
we
kings
as legislators
protests. And, you know,
fight the
I
good
lived
fight
in
for you
Chicago
all.
for 10 years, and you know, you would see people.
And not
walking
only we
down
fight the good
State
fight,
Street, and it would just
you
be
all
just
showing up
crowds
right
of
now
people. I mean, to see
and
how many
saying,
people
Georgia shows up.
It's insane.
Georgia shows up.
The last rally I was at,
Georgia shows up.
Imagine that crowd.
We serve the people.
Standing up and speaking their
We don't serve no
voices
kids.
and just speaking out on the
This
front
is our
they
First
care about
Amendment
most.
right.
That's what's important here. People are respecting what
Freedom
they
of
believe
speech.
and what other people believe in. I think
Freedom
that's
to
the key to
protest.
this peaceful protest.
Due process.
Peaceful is the word.
We got the right to love who we want to love. And we are going to show D.C. when it's all said and done that the power of the people will stand. The power of the people will stand.
The aggressors, and that's
And
what
last
the
but not
target is,
least,
or the focus is. And honestly,
when you
it's
look
just
at your neighbor right
peaceful
now,
protests that
just
really,
what
really
America
matter
looks
here,
like.
Dan. And I think
White,
that's what we're
black,
showcasing today, how over 5,000
old
people
and
here
young,
can keep it calm,
able
keep it
and
cute,
disabled.
You know, it's
We
not
are
about the
showing
aggressors.
up right now as the people. This is America. This is America. This is America. Stay safe. Keep the fight going. And Georgia show up. Thank you.
Derek!
Next up, we have Caroline Stoneberg from Indivisible Georgia Coalition. Give
So
it
let's
up.
start with those yellow vests. Yes, those are volunteers. So they're actually stationed all around Liberty Plaza here, helping people get in and out.
wow.
There's also various tent stands
This is
that are
amazing,
for first aid. So there's
amazing. Hi,
actually
everyone. My name
medical
is
teams
Caroline
here to help out with that. I actually
I'm
spoke
a
to another
mom.
person
I'm a
named
grandmother.
Chase, who was
I
with
am
an
a
emergency
longtime
team who was here. And they're
resident
stationed
of
outside of Liberty
Atlanta
Plaza in
and
case
a
something was to happen, whether they pass
member
out,
of
whether
Indivisible
because it is
Georgia
hot out here. I
Coalition.
mean, I'm sure you can see I'm sweating because I'm standing directly in the sun. I mean,
Have done an
imagine being on
amazing
that
job.
lawn over
So many
there. But you know,
volunteers.
there is a
Thank
lot of
you
police
so,
presence
so
here too.
much.
I haven't been able to really
IGC.
see outside of inside Liberty Plaza, but there were several different police officers
This
from
has been a
various
great
different
day,
departments out here
celebrating our
helping
solidarity after
maintain this
kind of
crowd
a
as well as
difficult
I'm sure
week when
navigate
Trump
traffic.
once
And that kind of
again
leads me to my next
tried to
point.
break us
If you're
apart.
in this area between
Harder
now
than
and
ever.
noon, I would
It
before
seems,
you're
but
thinking about coming to this
he
area, I
did
should
not
say,
break
I would
us
avoid
apart.
it because
And so no
there's
matter
a lot
what
of
we've been
peace wars
feeling
going
all
on
week,
down here because of the amount of
and maybe
people.
some of us have been
Standing
feeling it
onto
since
the street
November.
outside of Liberty Plaza.
No
So
matter
keep that in
what,
mind.
I hope
If
you're
you're watching
leaving
us
this
right now on this
celebration
stream
today with
and
the
you're like, oh my
knowledge
gosh,
that
my
whatever
aunt, my cousin, my
power
sister, my son, my
they
daughter
think they
is going
have
to be
in
going
Washington,
downtown, tell them
it's here
around
at Liberty
somewhere else
Plaza,
because this is
in
not
Atlanta,
going to be driving
in
right now
Georgia.
because of the amount of people and you're going to face
It's
it.
here. And at all the other 1,800 events in all 50 states and overseas where the real power is. Today,
You know, that's a great question, Dan, because when I was here for the hands-off rally, there was really, I mean, at the time they were supposed to end, they ended and they left. I mean, people left. It was very, very, very well organized. So I'm assuming this is going to go the same way. So this ends at noon, like I mentioned. So I can imagine that the crowd will disperse at that time. If it spills over, we're going to keep going live from here. We're going to keep
always
talking
be more
to you about
powerful
what's
than
going
that
on,
fashion
how things are being
would be
handled, what traffic
dictator
looks like outside
with his
of
kids.
Liberty Plaza right here, because that's what I'm curious about when it comes to noon. We'll be giving you those traffic updates,
But
right?
we're not
gonna
one
come back
person
here
with
and
a
say,
sign.
hey,
We are
this is
millions.
still a lot
We
going on.
stand
Make sure you
together.
avoid the
We
area.
are
And we can
millions.
make sure that we get that information out to you just in case, like I mentioned,
And not
if
just
you're feeling
today.
your friend coming down here,
Not just
you're going to
today,
want to
but
relay
for
that
millions
information. So
today.
if they don't have the 11 Alive Plus
And
app yet,
we stand
or don't
together
know how
in
to stream it,
solidarity,
tell them how,
ready to
because this will
fight,
be the
and
most
that
helpful
is our
way
power.
to get that information out there.
And I know that our signs and our solidarity sometimes doesn't feel like enough, especially when DHS, DOJ, FBI, every other acronym we can think of is corrupt and crooked.
Honestly,
The
the amount of
executive
families.
branch
I mean, we
is
think of
corrupt and
protests
crooked.
going on often, and we think
The
of like, you know, these
legislative
older
branch
adults, but
is
there's
corrupt
families. I mean, I
and
spoke with
crooked.
2 little girls who were 10 and 7
But
out
I was
here,
reading
and they
Stacey
said, we
Abrams'
spoke to
new
them, if you
Substack.
remember,
Yes,
and if you're
very
just tuning
exciting.
in, I'll
She
give
has
you
a Substack.
kind of a little synopsis of what we talked
And she
about. They just said they just,
we
you know, the
are
kids
a
hate to
community
stop.
of
You know, they talked
thinkers.
about playground
We are
rules. Even if
organizers.
you don't
We
have
are
the same
truth
views as
tellers.
someone,
And
doesn't
I
mean
love
that you
that
can't
really
get along with
straightforward
them.
description
And
of
that's
what
the
it
message. I mean,
takes
it's so
to do what we're
simple.
doing
If you
today
really
and
think
what
about
we're
it
going
on
to
a
continue
child
to do.
level, if they can say that,
There are
they can
public
think that
legal
way, why
organizations
can't
out
we
there
as
like
adults? And I
ACLU.
think
Thank
that's
you,
what it goes back to.
ACLU.
You mentioned earlier, Dan, you're the freedom,
And
you're trying to raise them
democracy
that way.
forward, they
It goes
filed
back to
more
those
than
fundamentals,
70 legal
right?
actions
Treating people with respect.
against the Trump
Keep your hands to
administration.
yourself, all
According
those
to the New
things.
York Times
And that's what this is
tracker,
about, and that's what we've been seeing
lawsuits have been filed against
respecting
Trump
each other's
administration.
opinions
And he's
and
lost
not
a
having
lot of
this
them.
divide in this crowd.
But
And
you know
that's
where he's
what's so
really
important
lost in
here.
court?
And I don't want
The
that
court
message
of
to get
public
lost
opinion.
because,
This
again, I want to
is
go back
where
to
he's
the
losing.
There's over 5,000 people here, and everyone is getting along.
We are the
whether
court
they
of
don't
public
agree with
opinion, and
whether
he
they don't
is
believe on
losing in this
reproductive rights,
court.
whether they don't
And
believe
will
in
continue to
LGBTQIA
lose.
plus rights. Everyone is
So
coming
it's,
together.
yes,
Everyone is
we
respecting
are more
each other's
powerful
opinion.
because of our
Everyone is
solidarity. And
respecting
did
each
I
other's
mention the most
boundaries. And
powerful
that's
thing
what
we
it
can
is. That's
vote
what it
always
takes to make
to
a
do
peaceful
is
protest,
vote.
and that's what we're
Always,
here for.
always, always vote. That is the most powerful thing we can do. So it's clear that our thinking, organizing, truth-telling community is alive and well and more powerful than any dictator with his play tanks and toy soldiers celebrating his birthday in Washington. This is the power right here. So everybody, thank you so much for coming today and speaking up. We're in this together. Please note that this is a stationary event. I think it's been mentioned that, of course, we don't have anything else planned after this, but there is a Juneteenth parade, and we're really encouraging people to go there. It starts at noon at MLK Freedom Parkway. Please participate in that. That is part of our history. It's part of our lives. We're all part of this parade today. Let's go celebrate that as well. And thank you again, everybody, for coming.
I didn't hear fired up, ready to go. Fired up! Fired up! Fired up! No kings! No kings! No kings! Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it. Immigrants are welcome here. Yo, give it up for yourselves, please. Yo, we are at the end of our program. Did y'all have a good time? Yeah. Good time. It won't be the last time. Now look, logistics. First, you see all the people who have a vest on, an ACLU shirt, everything else. Make sure you tell them thank you. Make sure. These are people who kept us safe throughout this whole presentation. If you have time, make sure you pick up some water on your way out. Get 1, 2, 3 bottles. Remember, we're going to the Juneteenth celebration at Piedmont Park after this. You can take MARTA right down here at Georgia State Station to Midtown Station. It does not stop at all. Look, this is not it, right? You heard from plenty of organizations that do amazing work, so it does not stop. Make sure you join this organization. Do not fight alone. ACLU, Indivisible, Georgia Equality, the list goes on. Make sure that you do not stop at this moment. And my last message is, make sure you vote this upcoming primary on Tuesday. No kings! No kings! No kings! Y'all, do me one more favor. We're going to do a selfie. We're going to do a 5,000 person selfie at Liberty Plaza. Let's see it. I need you in the selfie too. Everybody ready to give it up? Y'all have a good day. Be safe.
I can't answer that without looking at my notes at home.